Senator Hickenlooper.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you all for your time here and all your work. I think we've covered sufficiently to say that all of you agree that every student should feel safe on their campus. Certainly the troubling rise of anti-Semitic incidents on campuses over these past 2 years is troubling and should not be accepted. Students barricading in their rooms to protect themselves is unacceptable by any standard. But we've cut the Office of Civil Rights dramatically, and we seem to be pitting two of our fundamental goals against each other. One is the necessity to stop anti-Semitism, but also making sure that we uphold the First Amendment rights. And I think American universities are trying to do that. I went to a little college in Connecticut, Wesleyan, where there's been a lot of effort about going out and trying to have discussion with both sides, and at the same time, always keeping students safe. That is their constant priority. So I thought, Rabbi Saperstein, do you agree that university leadership should work harder at making sure we have not just keeping them safe, but making sure that that dialogue can help create that safety?
I do. There are a number of things that are going on at universities that would be very helpful now. Exactly the university encouraging and structuring those kinds of dialogues, having courses that teach about both Zionism and Palestinian nationalism so that people can hear it from an academic point of view. Here, having opportunities that there can be an open space and safe space where these dialogues can be held. And the one thing I would say to your statement and to some of the others, it is always difficult to come up with a perfect answer of when something steps over speech into harassment or into intimidation, which are clearly not allowed. What's really important is for the universities to make clear what their standards are and what kind of protests will step over the line, to be public about it, transparent about it, and consistently enforce it. Nothing is more important in terms of actually being able to tone down things, for everyone to know what the rules are, what the limits are, and to see it consistently enforced, no matter who the perpetrators may be.
Great. Any other comments on that? Yeah. Rabbi?
Yeah. I think that, I'm obviously a supporter of the First Amendment. I'm a very deep beneficiary of the First Amendment. I believe that discussion between peoples is always important. One thing I'm proud of is the numerous relationships I have with Muslims and Arab leaders who come to this country.
But you got to go a little faster. I'm going
to understand them. It will be 3 sentences. On the campus of the George Washington University, I was just told firsthand by a student that they were taught in the first session of a class they needed to take that just to balance things out, there will be no Israeli written materials allowed in this course. I believe that.
I hear that argument, but that's not answering my question.
So,
Dr. Small.
Yeah, I just want to start by saying a family friend's daughter goes to Wesleyan, and she withdrew because she couldn't stand the pressure of being a young Jewish woman in this space. That's the
good.
first
Okay.
point.
Mr. Stern, no, I got to get another question. Sorry, I apologize. I wish I had 6 minutes.
Michael Roth, the president there, is one of my heroes. What he said when there was an encampment, he said, you want to camp? Camp. You harass somebody, you intimidate, that's a different story. We're going to use this as a learning experience. One other thing.
No.
Okay.
I want to get this last question. Sorry, Ms. Campbell, you get your 1 sentence.
I think we have to stop hiding behind free speech. What we are seeing on campuses is not a matter of speech by and large.
I hear you. I've heard that's come through. And I don't disagree that balance between free speech and what we're talking about. I want just a quick yes or no right down the line, because this is a crux. Do you think it's appropriate that the federal government threatens to withhold research money that has nothing to do with any of this issue from major universities across the country based on how they're addressing this specific issue.
The federal government has the authority to condition how it spends its money.
So you think that's okay?
When institutions are violating the law, yes, it is okay.
Okay?
I believe they can reapportion the funding to institutions that will abide by the law and will protect Jewish students and other students and not have intimidation on their
So
campus.
research dollars are very hard to reapportion, but okay, I hear you.
There should be a way to do that.
It's against the federal law to fund private or public entities that discriminate against American citizens.
Their money is there to do what you're talking about, the rabbi here. To take it from here is punitive. It's really just aimed at undermining universities who do things that we can find a better way to get them achieved.
Senator, I see it as an existential threat to universities. They're going to kill cancer research and diabetes research. Some of the researchers are Jewish, and they're doing it without due process. That is not the way to deal with this problem. That's only going to make it worse.
Thank you all. I appreciate it. Yield back.
Hey, the chairman's prerogative, I'll point out, Rabbi Severstein pointed out that there's a fine line between free speech and violence. Now, that shouldn't,